Can you find the center?
Yes.
What do you think it is?
It's two vertices. Yeah.
Okay, why don't you pay attention and find the vertices? Go to the center.
What?
Try again. It is not. Stop it.
Oh no,
It's 4, 2. They're by 2s. Do you see how close the 10 is? Okay, now I would like for you to look at it and tell me what you think. Common sense, we're going to find out who has common sense. Do you think this one is a horizontal or a vertical hyperbola?
Horizontal.
Okay, let me raise the hands for horizontal. Well, that's not a lot of people. I heard a lot of people say it. Vertical. Raise the hands for vertical. No, you have to pick one. We're going to start again. Who says horizontal? Who says vertical? You better raise your hand, man.
This feels like a trick question.
Okay. If you draw the graph like this, isn't that up and down? Aren't you drawing it up and down?
Let's go.
So that's vertical. Hello. Hello.
Don't say that. Be humble.
I know. I'm recording. Okay. Now, if you were to look at the vertices are going to be right here. So can you find those? Do good counting.
4, 0, and 4, 4.
Okay. And then these right here are actually incorrect. Oh, oops. Those are correct. Can you write those down and plot them? You got to change yours. Yours are incorrect. Write those co-vertices down and plot them, please. You're going to find out. Be patient. I've had classes shouting all day long.
Why would that be?
Because at one point I had 40 kids in here. Some,
Not enough to give away. Look how many seeds are in there.
oh,
I don't have enough.
everybody needs to remember this moment. Oh no, I'll remember that. No, I'm all good. I don't have any popcorn.
You don't have any anything?
No, I have to go buy some. Okay, did you plot them? So did you plot 1, 2?
Yeah.
Did you plot 7, 2, 4, 6, 7, 2? Okay, I would like for you to draw a rectangle like I am right now.
Wait, I don't have one.
That's not my fault. I told you to do it.
I have -1, 1, and 5. Oh,
Didn't listen at all, did you? Okay, now I'd like for you to take your handy dandy ruler and I would like for you to set it up so it goes through the corners of your box. And I want you to draw a dashed line. See how pretty a dashed line I'm drawing here? And I don't even get a ruler. Go through the corners. Yes, it needs to be a dashed line because it is not part of the graph.
It's asymptote.
Okay.
Miss Mel, can you smell this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I can smell it, yes. I can smell it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What do you think of?
Oh, I can still smell it. Thank you. Okay, we got it? In a minute, what's going to happen is we're going to be doing all of that stuff so that we can graph the curves. Okay, we have to plot those points. We have to draw the rectangle. We have to draw the oblique lines, and then we would draw the curve. Okay, so now apparently we need to write this equation. Can you figure out what the center is?
Yes.
By the way, this is some bad stuff on my part. This is K, and this is still H. FYI. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so I've got, we said Y went first, minus, this is going to be X. It's going to equal 1. So what goes in there with the Y? -2. What goes in there with the X? And that's squared. Okay, what goes underneath the Y? How far did you count right here? So 2 squared is, and then how far did you count here? Wasn't it 3?
Yeah, 3.
So it goes 9. Okay, so now we have to take that and we have to turn it into general form. So what will we multiply across by?
36.
So that means I have equals 36. When I multiply these by 36, what's going to happen for the first one? So I got y minus 2 squared over 9 minus...
Wouldn't it be 9y minus 2 squared?
Oh, it would. I'm sorry. I'm thinking backwards. Then when I multiply the next one, I get what?
4.
Okay, so then I got to FOIL it out. So I get 9 times y squared minus 4y plus 4. I get minus 4x squared minus 8 plus 16. 8x. You okay with that? Did I do all right?
Okay, I'm so confused where the 9 and 4 came from.
So then when I multiply across by the 9, I get this. Then I get negative 4x squared. I get positive, what, 32x? And I get negative, what's 4 times 16? Very good. Negative 64 equals 36. Okay, then we're ready to start putting stuff in order. So I get negative 4x squared plus 9y squared. Then I get positive 32x minus 36y. And then I got 36 minus 64 minus 36. We okay with that? Because these two 36s will cancel out. Okay. What do you mean maybe? Okay, from this, can you tell me what the center is? Be very careful. Whatever's with the x is the first one. Okay? So we got negative 3, 1. Can you tell me what the vertices are? And the vertices are the ones that go with the positive. So which one's positive, the x or the y? Do you see the minus sign right there? Okay, so can you tell me what the vertices are? First of all, I would take the square root of 4 and get, and this is x's, so we're going right to left. So I count 2 that way, and I count 2 that way. Now you can get the vertices.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Thank you. What are the vertices?
Negative 1, 0. Oh, wait, oh my goodness.
Okay. To get the co-vertices, we're going to do the square root of this. What do we get? So now I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice in this case, our vertices don't have anything to do with the longer axis like the ellipse does. It has to do with which one's positive. So now I'm going to draw my rectangle. Oh, by the way, what are the co-vertices?
Negative 3, negative 4.
We good with that? Okay, so now you take your ruler and you would draw a dash line through the corners. And since the x is positive, we will go to our vertices, and they will travel right along our oblique lines that we drew.
Is oblique the dash lines?
Yes. Oblique is the same thing as saying diagonal. Because you got horizontal, vertical, and oblique.
So basically, what would you do if it was a block?
I would have gone up to the top and drawn it this way. And we'll have that in a second. If the x is positive, then it's going to be a horizontal one. If the y is positive, then it's going to be a vertical.
That depends on which side they're on.
No, it depends on which one's positive or negative.
Well,
Because
on this side, the minus sign.
But I could put the negative out in front of the x like this if I wanted to.
Okay.
So you just have to look for it. Okay, so now let's look at turning this to general form. So what will we do? Multiply by
100. One side by
perfect. So when I multiply the first one by 100, what am I left with?
25.
And then when I multiply the next one, what do I get?
Minus 4.
Okay, so then we just got to FOIL it out. So I got 25 x squared plus 6x plus 9 minus 4 y squared minus 2y plus 1. Then we got to distribute our 25 and distribute our 4. Ben, check in. So I got 25x squared plus, what's 25 times 6? And then I got 25 times 9, what's that? Minus 4y squared plus 8y minus 4 equals 100. Then we're ready to start putting them in order. So we'll start off with 25x squared minus 4y squared plus 150x plus 8y. Then I got 225 minus 4 minus 100. What's that? So plus 121.
Wait, so this whole unit has been about cones. Are you stupid?
It's
Yes.
the
It's literally
conics
called
unit.
conics. Look at the thing at the bottom.
So we've been going. That's what this whole class has been. All year.
No, are you
No. The past couple days.
But we've done.
You have to say nice things. We're videoing. I have not been able to video all day. Okay, we ready to go to the next one? Okay, so now, can you look at this and do you know that this is not a circle, not an ellipse, but that it's a hyperbola?
Yes.
How do you know?
Wait, the negative before the y.
Because there's minus sign. Okay, so let's tell the difference between the three. If it's a circle, you have the x and y squared are plus, and the coefficients are the same. If it's an ellipse, the x squared and y squared are a plus, but they have different coefficients. If it's a hyperbola, it has a minus.
Yes.
So, from this one, now we're going to start. Oh, by the way, does this tell you if it opens vertical or horizontal?
No.
Oh, yeah. Minus 18.
It's horizontal. Horizontal. It's horizontal. Because it's
X
is positive.
Okay. Hold on to that thought because let's find out what happens. Okay, so we have 3x squared, and I'm going to factor out the 3. So that gives me minus 6x plus some stuff. Not going to do it now. Don't want to do it now. And then minus, I'm going to factor out the 2y, the negative 2, sorry.
Wait, we plot the negative?
Negative, yes. So then it's going to be minus 10y plus a blank. And then I'm going to add the 11 to the other side. Totally. So I got 6 over 2 squared. And what I do to one side, remember you have to multiply that by 3. No. Oh, yes, it is.
That won't change anything, though.
Thank you. Yeah, it will. It'll change that inside.
Oh, Travis, stop the
So then we got negative 10. You are totally right. I appreciate you for catching it. Then we got negative 2
That's my gotcha.
times negative 10 over 2 squared. So then I get 3x, and what do I put in there? Very good. And then I got negative 2y. What do I put in there? Very good. And then what does all that stuff add up to? 27. 27 plus 11 is 38. So negative 12. So don't freak out because we're going to divide by negative 12. What happens when we divide the first one? 3 divided by negative 12. So I get negative x minus 3 squared over 4. So do you see how originally we thought it was going to be vertical, but now, or we thought it was going to be horizontal, but look, it changed. So we're only able to tell that it's a hyperbola. We can't necessarily tell which way it's going to go. Then we've got positive, and it's going to be y minus 5 squared over what? And then we have 1. Can you graph it?
Yeah. You find the radius by finding the square root.
The radius? Dude, it's not a circle.
Oh!
Huh?
Isn't it a circle?
Because I divided by 12. 3 over negative 12.
If they say the circle, then what
3 over 12 is a fourth. 3. And then 2 over 12 is a 6. No, 3 over 12 is a fourth, 1/4. Right?
I don't know how we just went from
2 over 12, 1/6. So I'm reducing? Yeah. I know. I have no idea why. Last year's group didn't either. The first time I started reducing with them, they were like, what are you doing? It's like, reducing is very important, especially when you're not going to use a calculator. It makes everything smaller. You're supposed to be graphing this. Let's go, Jax.
Moon, I need help with vertices.
No, you don't. They're right there.
Right where?
Right here. Shoop. There's one set and there's another. You're going to plot them before you know what they are. So what's the center?
3, 5.
So 3, 5. Paying attention to what's the x and the y, right? So I got 3, 5.
Yeah.
Okay, and then if I take the square root of 4, what do I get? And that's underneath the x, so that's going left and right. And then, of course, from that, you could get is that going to be the vertices or the co-vertices? That is the co-vertices because that's the negative one. Okay, then the other one is the square root of 6. What do we want to do for square root of 6?
We move it up 3 down 3.
Are you stupid?
That's the square root of 9.
I see the like.
So what do you want to estimate?
That's divided by 2, not
2.5.
2.5? That far?
No, I said 3 times.
Okay. 2.3. I like 2.3. So here we go. 1, 2, 2.3. 1, 2, 2.3. And then we can draw our little box or not our box, our rectangle. Oh, please stop that.
Hey, what's this guy doing?
I don't know. It's awful.
It's not.
And now, am I drawing them left to right or am I drawing them up and down?
No, up and down.
Up and down because the y is positive.
Come on, Travis.
Wait. Travis. All that listening.
Y is positive. Y is positive.
Come on, Ben.
So then you could just figure out what the vertices and the co-vertices are at this point, right?